Good morning, dear students. Today you are going to be taught first chapter of your second book, Footprints Without Feet, titled as A Triumph of Surgery, written by James Herriot. This chapter, A Triumph of Surgery, is a story of a rich and emotional lady and her cute pet, Tricky. This rich and emotional lady loves her cute so much that she overfeeds it and pampers it. That causes sickness to this little creature. This is also a story of a tactful doctor who cures Tricky by his common sense. So now let us read this story. Tricky, a small dog, is pampered and overfed by his rich mistress. Rich mistress. Mistress is the feminine form of master. Tricky's rich mistress overfeeds him, feeds him too much, pampers him. By the word pamper, I mean loves, cares too much, cares excessively. It is said that excess to anything is harmful. And the worst thing is Mrs. Pumphrey, Tricky's mistress, pampers Tricky. He falls seriously ill and his mistress consults a veterinary surgeon. Tricky falls seriously ill, Tricky becomes seriously ill, and its mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey, consults to a veterinary surgeon. Veterinary surgeon is a doctor who cures, who treats animals. So she consults to a vet. The reason behind Tricky becomes seriously ill because of overfeeding by its rich mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey. Does he perform an operation? Now the question is, does the doctor do an operation to cure Tricky? Does the dog recover? Does the Tricky recover? Does it get cured or die? Let us read in this chapter. The writer of this chapter, James Herriot, is sharing his personal experience here. Earlier, he has also worked as a doctor, as a vet. I was really about Tricky this time. The writer says that this time he is really worried, he is really concerned about Tricky. The reason, let us see. I had pulled up my car when I saw him in the streets with his mistress, and I was shocked at his appearance. I had pulled up my car. Pull up means stop. It is a phrasal verb. I had stopped my car. Why did I stop my car? When I saw Tricky. And Tricky was not alone. He was with his mistress. And I became shocked. When I pulled up my car, I became shocked. When I saw his appearance, when I saw the way he looked. He had become hugely fat. The dog, Tricky, had become greatly fat, hugely fat. Like a bloated sausage with a leg at each corner. He looked like a swollen sausage, he looked like a bloated sausage. Sausage is a dish made from meat. Sausage is a dish. Sausage looks like this. Here the writer compares Tricky with a bloated sausage, with a swollen sausage which has leg at each corner. The writer says that Tricky looked like a bloated sausage which had leg at each corner. His eyes bloodshot. Tricky's eyes were bloodshot, red and inflamed, and rheumy, were full of rheum. Rheum is water discharged from eyes. Stared straight ahead, and when writers saw him, it looked bloodshot, it looked rheumy, and at that time, Tricky stared straight ahead. Tricky was staring straight ahead, forward, and his tongue lolled from his jaws. Tricky's tongue was lolling, was hanging from his jaws. Mrs. Pumphrey hastened to explain. When Mrs. Pumphrey saw me, she hurried, she hastened to explain. And how did she explain? Let's read. He was so listless, Mr. Harriet, he seemed to have no energy. Mrs. Pumphrey clarified that Tricky seemed to her listless. If something looks like it has no energy, then it is termed as listless. So she told Mr. Harriet that Tricky had looked like it had no energy. It looked listless. I thought he must be suffering from malnutrition. And Tricky's mistress says that it seemed to her that it was suffering with a disease, and that disease is malnutrition. Malnutrition is lack of nutrients in body. So I have been giving him some little extras between meals to build him up. I am giving him some extras, some extra food between meals. Meals are breakfast, lunch and dinner. Between these meals, I am giving him some extra food. And that extra food is some malt, cod liver oil and a bowl of Horlicks at night to make him sleep. The extra food was malt, cod liver oil, which is a fish oil, a bowl of Horlicks to make him sleep in night. Nothing much really, which was not at all much for Mrs. Pumphrey. She considered that all these things were not much for Tricky. Here the writer says that when he saw Tricky in a pathetic, in a miserable condition, its mistress, Mrs. Pumphrey, explained her that she found Tricky listless. And to build him up, to make him strong, she started giving him some extra food, as she thought it was suffering with malnutrition. And that extra food was cod liver oil, a bowl of Horlicks and malt. And did you cut down on the sweet things as I told you? Now the writer asks, did you cut down, did you reduce the amount of sweet things as I told you? This line shows that a writer had already met Mrs. Pumphrey. And earlier when he met her, he suggested that she should cut down, she should reduce the amount of sweet things in Tricky's diet. So he asked, a writer James Harriet asked if she had reduced the amount of sweet things in Tricky's diet. Oh, I did it for a bit. Yes, I made retrenchment. Yes, I reduced the amount, but a bit. Why did I reduce the amount a bit? Why didn't I do it as much as the doctor had suggested? Let us see. Because he seemed to be so weak that I had to relent. I had to become soft. I had to relent because it seemed to me weak. It is said that a mother always finds her son weak. He does love ice cream, cream cakes and chocolates. My Tricky. It loves cream cakes and chocolates very much. So I cannot bear to refuse him. That is why I cannot tolerate to refuse him. I can't say no to him. So I could not make retrenchment, so I could not reduce the amount of sweet things. You may be asked questions, why did not Mrs. Pumphrey reduce the amount of sweet things? Because she thought that the dog had become weak and it also liked sweet cakes, chocolates, so she did not reduce the amount. I looked down again at the little dog. Now I looked at the little dog Tricky. That was the trouble, that was the adversity, that was the pareshani. Tricky's only fault was greed. The only problem with Tricky was it was extremely greedy. He had never been known to refuse food. If you offer it food, he would never refuse to eat it. He would take a meal at any hour of the day or night, which means whensoever you ask it to have a meal, it would not refuse, it would tackle that particular meal at any hour of the day. And I wondered about all the things Mrs. Pumphrey had not mentioned. Now I started thinking about all those things which Mrs. Pumphrey had not mentioned. Mrs. Pumphrey mentioned that she found dog weak. She found her dog weak, so she gave it extra food like malt, cod liver oil and Horlicks. But I was wondering those things which Mrs. Pumphrey had not mentioned. Now the writer asked Mrs. Pumphrey, are you giving him plenty of exercise? Now the next question which doctor asked is, did Mrs. Pumphrey give Tricky plenty of exercise? Well, he has little walks with me, as you can see. Mrs. Pumphrey replied that he comes on walk with her. But Hoskin the gardener, the one who takes care of garden, is termed as gardener. But the Hoskin, who is the gardener, has been ill with lumbago, with back pain. So there has been no ring throwing lately, there has been no ring throwing recently. When the doctor asked whether the dog get plenty of exercise timely or not, the answer was he comes on short walks, but ring throwing is stopped because the gardener Hoskin is ill with back pain. He is suffering with back pain. So there has been no ring throwing lately or recently. I tried to sound severe. When I heard that the sweet things had not been curtailed, had not been reduced, and it is not getting proper exercise, I tried to sound severe. I tried to sound intense. I tried to sound serious. Now I really mean this, which means now I'm really serious. If you don't cut his food right down, if you don't reduce the amount of food right down immediately, if you don't cut his food right down and give him more exercise, he is going to be really ill. I warned Mrs. Pumphrey that if she would not reduce the amount of food completely and would not give it plenty of exercise, the dog will fall ill. You must harden your heart. You must make your heart hard and keep him on a very strict diet. That's what I said to Mrs. Pumphrey, that it must be kept on a strict diet and you'll have to be hard for Tricky. Mrs. Pumphrey wrung her hands. When I warned her that Tricky would be ill, she wrung her hands, she squeezed her hands like this, which shows she became nervous. Oh, I will, Mr. Harriet, yes, I will be strict. I'll give him proper diet. I will make him exercise a lot. I'm sure you are right, Mr. Harriet. You are saying right things. But it is so difficult for me to be hard to it, to the dog. She set off, she left the place. Set off, phrasal verb. Left. Many phrasal verbs like pull up, set off have been used in this chapter. So Mrs. Pumphrey left that particular place where we met. Her head was down along the road. She had lowered her head as if it looked like she was determined to put the new regime into practice immediately. When Mrs. Pumphrey left the place, her head was down, and it seemed to me that she was determined to put the new regime into practice. It means she is going to implement the new regime, the new course of diet immediately in routine. I watched their progress with growing concern. I watched both Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky advancing with concern. I was worried. Tricky was tottering along in his little tweed coat. Tricky was tottering. Tricky was walking unsteadily in his little tweed coat, in his little woolen coat. He had a whole wardrobe of these coats. He had these coats in abundance. He had plenty of coats. He had many coats. For the cold weather and a raincoat for the wet days, he had many coats. It was tottering, it was walking unsteadily like a drunkard walk. He struggled on. Tricky was struggling to walk, drooping in his harness, and its body was just drooping. Drooping means hanging in his harness, in his belt. I thought it would not be long before I heard from Mrs. Pumphrey. I thought that soon I'll hear Mrs. Pumphrey, which means soon Mrs. Pumphrey will call me. That's what writer thought when he saw Mrs. Pumphrey and Tricky. And the expected call came within a few days. Within a few days, I got an expected call from Mrs. Pumphrey. Mrs. Pumphrey was distraught. Mrs. Pumphrey was